I'm going to be giving you my favorite WrestleMania matches, starting with WrestleMania 21, where we had Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels. Best of the best at their very much peak. Awesome. WrestleMania 22 was the birth of Criminal Edge, with Edge versus Mick Foley. If you remember the table spot, you remember why this match is a great match. The birth of Edge, Mick Foley is an underrated title. WrestleMania 23 was one of my favorite matches, Batista versus The Undertaker. Both men wanted to put on a show, and they damn well did in a great match. The next year we have Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair in a very, very emotional match. Obviously you know why. Watch the match if you haven't, but solid match. 25 is probably the best match out of all of these WrestleManias. WrestleMania 25, Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. Both men went band for band at their absolute peak. Gave us an absolute The next year they did it again, but not as good, but career versus streak, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels. Watch that. 27 was not my favorite WrestleMania, but if I had to pick one match, it would probably be Triple H versus Undertaker. If you look at the streak of matches, Undertaker had a crazy run during this. And then they both ran it back with Shawn Michaels as special guest referee in the Hell in a Cell end of an era match. One of the greatest matches ever, one of the best spots ever. If you do watch the match, if you know, you know, but fun. And then Undertaker again with his match against CM Punk. Very, very underrated match at WrestleMania 29. WrestleMania 30, I will probably give it to Triple H versus Daniel Bryan. This was the match that gave me the most anxiety because obviously we all wanted Bryan to win the WWE Championship. But, you know, he's facing Triple H, so you never know what might happen. So this was a fun. WrestleMania 31 is going to Brock versus Roman Reigns. A lot of people thought it would suck, like the title here said it would suck. But it turned out to be a fun match with a super, super awesome plot twist. If you know, you know. WrestleMania 32, I am probably going to give it to Charlotte versus Sasha versus Becky Lynch for the inaugural Women's World Championship. This was a fun match. Both of them, all three women showed why they deserve to be there on the grandest stage of them all. Mania 33 was like a 4-minute roller coaster ride. Brock Lesnar, Goldberg, it went 4 minutes. You got the best out of those 4 minutes. Awesome. WrestleMania 34, my favorite match was probably The Miz versus Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental Championship. Very fun match. Awesome. Mania 35 was another great one. It was Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan. All of us that wanted Kofi to win had anxiety because of the build and, you know, Kofi Mania. This match was fun and provided us with, you know, the catharsis of Kofi actually winning that WWE Championship. Mania 36, this wasn't an actual match, but this was fun. We had The Fiend versus John Cena.